got loyalty, got royalty inside my...
What up, what up? Welcome to another episode of The Quick Convo. I'm your boy Owen, and I got with me my brother Samaj.
Yo.
The best part about that, there's a whole culture of people who have no idea what I just said.
No idea. No idea. That's all right.
What's happening, baby boy?
Same shit, different day, my brother. You
Hey,
know?
look, man, we are at Super Bowl weekend. Somebody's lady is out of town right now.
Somebody said that they were going on a girls trip when they're going on a girls trip.
Man, there's some platinum player sitting at home right now on his phone, just like, shoot, she probably having so much fun.
She's having so much fun in Vegas at the Vegas parties right now.
But yeah, so what we love about
she's at Encore Beach Club right now. One of my favorite spots in Vegas, Encore Beach Club.
So somebody's boyfriend right now crying at home right now. Tell me, I didn't know you were going to Vegas.
And there ain't nothing he can do about it.
Tell me, did you know it was Super Bowl weekend, babe? She's like, oh, it was? I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. So, yo, the thing that we love about the Quick Convo is we recap the week of sports and entertainment. And this week was a little busy, right?
A little busy.
I think we had the Grammys this week, which we won't talk too much about the Grammys because, as any real entertainer will say, fuck the Grammys.
It's literally doesn't matter.
Which, if you heard anything of what Jay-Z said this week, he said that.
Yeah, he said what all other artists thought, but didn't have the balls to say. So.
He legit came out and had a Kanye a decade later, just in a better light.
He did it the way that he was supposed to do it, which is when he was getting an award, didn't have to interrupt anybody, and he told no lies.
It's funny, which I am a pretty solid Kanye fan, have been for a long time. Anytime Kanye does something, it's always unexpected. It's always over the top, right? But he said the exact same thing that Jay said. Jay said, listen, y'all metrics is fucked up.
Yeah, the metrics are not, the math is not mathing.
And my favorite part about the whole thing, Taylor Swift again was up for Album of the Year.
But it's like Taylor's the one who's taking the stray, I guess you could say. But like, he's not really talking to, it's not Taylor's fault. It's just the people who are making the decisions and not making the right decisions.
Correct.
You got an artist that's won 32 Grammys and she's never won Album of the Year. That doesn't really make a lot of sense.
The one person in all of music, like music's biggest stage, right, has won the most Grammys and has never won Album of the Year.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Doesn't make sense at all.
Meanwhile,
and like, thing is that Beyonce loves Taylor. Like I said, it isn't about Taylor. It's about the principle of it.
Well, so like for me, like I'm a big R&B head, right? And so when I used to watch this, I'm like, yo, I can't wait to see who wins like R&B Artist of the Year. And they come up with someone that you have never even heard of. And you've been sitting there like, who is that? You know what? When it comes to the R&B section of the Grammys, you know who I think get doo-dooed on the most? Chris Brown.
Yeah, people don't like Chris Brown's past is why people don't really rock with him. But
are we?
You and I both know we're obviously huge Chris Breezy fans. There's, and obviously we're going to get into Usher a little bit later, but there aren't very many people that could maybe go toe to toe with Usher when it comes to hits, and Chris Brown's definitely one of them.
Chris Brown is an artist who does not make bad music.
Yeah.
Like, I
Like,
dare
I'm
any.
not saying that he would win a versus, but it it
That would
wouldn't
be
be as landslide as people think it is.
a good one to watch.
Yes.
That would be a good versus for the R&B world. But yeah, like when it comes to the Grammys, bro, I legit that's one thing I think about. Or like, okay, Killer Mike winning like hip hop, the hip hop or the what did he get? Rap album of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew Killer Mike put out an album?
His album's dope. It's really dope. Like, I'm kind of glad that people are getting their eyes open to it now because it's a
Mm-hmm.
really great album. But like, unless you're like me, like I'm very selective in the rap that I listen to. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I like good, solid rap, and Killer
Right.
Mike's been good for a long time. So I'm glad he got his just due.
And then my man got arrested right after that.
Got arrested, and they ruined the whole night. That's all right. That's all right.
Ah,
Because now
my
he
man
can
was
say Grammy winning artist. Once you can put that in front of your
yeah.
name, it changes the whole dynamic.
But and the thing that sucks though, right? Like that's such a big honor, but they keep fucking with people.
Correction. They fuck with the people of color.
Yes.
That's who they
Yes.
fuck with. They don't fuck with
Yes.
the white people. They fuck with people of color.
Like man, it just it gives you that reminder. No matter how good you are at anything, you're still a nigga.
Yeah, we have had many conversations about like the way that people of color are always going to be viewed, regardless of what you accomplish. Man, that shit matters.
And like and okay, but at the same time, it's so like what I love what they do, right? They give us enough Grammys, right? Like Kanye, Jay-Z, both 21 Grammys.
Or they give you all the Grammys and don't give you album of the year, which is Jay-Z's point.
Exactly. Like what he said about when he won his Grammy and DMX had dropped 2 albums that year,
Mm-hmm.
both doing numbers. I take it back to Chris Brown. Like he mentioned one time about the Billboard Awards or the People's Choice Awards.
Yep.
Those, in my opinion, those have more value
Right.
because those are the fans are saying, "Hey, this is the person we like the most," rather than a committee of people that are like, "Okay, their music deserves." Because how many times you watch the Grammys and you're like, "Who are these people?"
Who
In
are
any
they? I have no
category.
idea.
In any
No idea.
category, country music, right? I'm sitting here like, where did these people come from? Like, who is
Yeah.
this? The gospel. Who are these people?
Who are these people?
Every
I mean, you
year,
have your like, they always put like some people you know in the category. Like if it's gospel, they'll have like a Yolanda Adams
yep,
or a Kirk Franklin. But then you got a bunch of people that's like, not sure who you are, but
100%. And then that's the person that won. And you're like,
correct.
and then you got Google like who they are. You're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
I will say though, I did appreciate this year being a lot less satanic,
Sam Smith.
bruh.
Cough, cough.
Hey,
Cough, cough.
last year's
Any
Grammys,
like the craziest part to me, like it was that, but then it was also like my man was right in front of the camera with his dick print, and I'm
like in a dress with high heels on.
like bro, like what are we doing here, man? What are we doing here?
Sir, ma'am.
I always tune into the Grammys just for like like Travis performed obviously,
Yep.
so I'm trying to catch his performance, but like I'm tuning into the Grammys for bits and pieces. I'm not watching the whole show.
No. And speaking of Travis, shout out to Travis Scott because you're the only reason I watched the Grammys this year. Like my wife watches the Grammys because she likes to watch the fashion, see who's on the red carpet.
Mm.
But I personally don't mess with the Grammys. Like The Grammys are so watered down. When you see Jay-Z get his award, pour a drink in it, drink out of it, and then dip out, that enough to me says what I need to
And
know
I
about
would
the
actually
Grammys.
argue that if it wasn't Dr. Dre's award, he probably wouldn't have
He
shown
wouldn't have been. He would not have been there
up. Correct.
because the only thing he said about that award was "shout out to Dre" and
Yes.
everything you've done.
Yes.
Because
If it were not for Dre, he would have hit him with the
right,
peace out.
which you would, bro, seeing Kanye freaking talk about how he pisses on his Grammys, like, at what point do the Grammys sit back and go, you know, maybe we're not getting this right?
Maybe they don't care, man. They don't
After
care.
and the right, but it's who controls media, who controls the entertainment industry. It's not
Yep.
us.
Yep.
All the entertainment comes from us, but it's not us.
We are going to make sure that these niggas know they don't control anything up in here.
Man. And you know what else I feel bad about though? All of the new artists that win Grammys, because they get so geeked, right? Coco Jones, geeked.
They get geeked because they don't know any better yet.
They don't know any better. Like when you have Jay-Z who's won 23 Grammys, or I think it's 23, 21 or 23. Beyonce who's won the most Grammys. When they don't care about them, when they rather go to the BET Awards,
yeah.
When they rather go to the Nickelodeon Awards,
which is a whole nother like niggas don't care about the BET Awards either, but that just kind of tells you where the Grammys are.
Like, man, I just feel bad. Like, Grammys, get it right. Get it right.
Get it right.
Look, also this week, right? NBA trade deadline. NBA trade deadline. Was there anything
no big moves?
None, right?
I mean, I mean, if I had to give, I do think the Knicks got a lot better.
Mm-hmm. I can't never say that man's name.
Where, yeah, like the Knicks are at the point where they might win the East. I'm not quite there yet. Like I need to see.
But what if the Bucks get together?
But like, if they play the way they're supposed to play and they're all healthy, I don't know, man. I mean, Sixers aren't healthy. The Bucks are trash right now. I mean, their record looks good, and this is the thing. Like, I've learned that I can't talk to everyone about basketball,
right?
Because people just look at records and don't. The Bucks are not playing good basketball right now.
Right.
They're not. I don't care, which is why they fired their coach. They're not playing good basketball. And you can look at a record on paper and say, well, yeah, no, they're not playing good basketball.
Well, when you fire a coach mid-season.
Then they got Pat Bev, which Pat Bev plays his role. And I can't even hate on Pat Bev. He's from Chicago. Can't even hate on him. He was overseas for a while and then worked his way through the NBA and made a solid career.
Right.
But Pat Bev is not going to solve your problems.
He's not going to. And he's on the tail end of his career.
Yes.
Like,
he's not going to solve your problems.
No.
They thought we could just give up Drew Holiday, a first-team All-NBA defense, multiple-time All-Star NBA champion, and they were just going to be cool because they got Dame. Like, that's not how it works.
First off, Drew Holiday, he showed all through the playoffs that he was an asset.
Drew Holiday is maybe the most underrated player in the league.
Yes. And then when you added him with Middleton and you added him with
he has been really good. Like, he's been really good for 10 years.
I don't understand why they made that trade.
I mean, they're trading offense for defense or defense for offense. So it's like, and now like the whole thing too, Middleton's had all these injuries. So now he don't look the same now because he's been injured. He's had a couple surgeries. So his 19 points a game now is like 14 or 15. So you sacrifice a little bit there. Like, I don't know. I mean, the NBA this year is kind of wide open. I'm not gonna lie.
How'd you
Like
feel
there
about
really
the in-season
isn't.
tournament?
I think the NBA had to do something to incentivize players to care about games. And it worked. Like you can see what happened with the Lakers. They turned that shit on,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't lose through that whole time period. And which kind of speaks to how LeBron thinks when he wants to win something. Like everyone's tripping about the Lakers right now. The Lakers are not a regular season team. Okay, what are they in the playoffs? Okay, LeBron's gonna turn it on in the playoffs, and I'm not saying they're gonna win it all, but like he doesn't think about the regular season.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Playoffs only.
I am curious about how the Mavs are gonna do
I got
with.
the Mavs on. Well, I had the Mavs on. It's over now. It was a fucking blowout. Yeah, the Mavs are interesting. I mean, I like PJ Washington. That's a solid pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, their thing is always defense. They got Luka's going to get 40 if he wants to get 40. Kyrie's going to get 25 if he wants to get 25.
Both
What is
trash on
anyone? What
defense.
is everyone else going to do about it?
Both the trash on
Like,
defense.
I just trash on defense. PJ Washington will help that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Mavs are, they're going to be a middle of the pack defensive team, just like they always are. Like, it's all about defense with them. And they gave up Grant Williams. Apparently, he was rubbing people the wrong way in the organization.
Which, I mean, I get it. I kind of get it. I get it from that aspect of if the vibe is off. But
I mean, I do, but like y'all just paid him
right.
$55 million, and then you got rid of him. I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't. I mean, to me, you should have waited to sign him. If you right, like if maybe you should have like waited till next summer.
Didn't hold on. Didn't what you call it? Didn't the Pacers pick up Marcus Morrison or Morris, whatever his last name is, and then trade him to the freaking then instantly trade him to the Spurs, I think.
Who did the Pacers?
Yeah. So okay. So they got Doug McDermott. So okay.
Like
So what they did, they traded and got Marcus Morris from the Sixers, and then instantly sent his ass to San Antonio.
Pacers and Doug McDermott for shooting purposes. I mean, obviously that they traded, but Buddy Hield, yeah. So they got rid of Buddy Hield, which I like Buddy Hield, but he's been ass this year. We gotta be honest about that. So
I just feel bad for Marcus Morris. I feel bad for Marcus Morris because Philly had just gave him the keys to the city.
I said, nah. That's it for you, player. We gonna need you to hand the keys back, my boy.
Hey.
we gonna need you to hand them keys back.
Oh, bro, could you imagine? Because like they don't ever find out like in real time that they've been traded, right?
Nah.
So could you imagine you sitting talking about, Mom, I need you to get down here. They giving me the keys to the city.
They giving me the keys to the city, and then
Philly loved
like
me.
48 hours later.
Hey, real quick, they hit that man with the.
Hey,
is there any way we can get that key back?
We're gonna need you to not make any copies of that key. We're gonna need you to give it right back.
We need that shit back.
We're gonna need that back, player.
You're going to Indiana.
Philly the shithole. I've been to downtown Philly. No disrespect to anybody from Philly, but like respectfully, your downtown is trash.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that.
That is why
dude, I stayed in a 5-star hotel in downtown Philly, and you walk out right across the street is Homeless Row, right across the street.
And
I'm like,
that's why niggas is riding dirt bikes through the city.
Like, what are we doing? Like, maybe the suburbs of Philly is nice. Maybe it is. I've just never been there. All I know is downtown Philly, and it was not great. So,
Meek, clock in for your city, man. I need to know. Kev, what's going on in Philly, bro?
Well, I can guarantee you that the spot that Meek's from is Not great. Not great at all.
There's a reason why they don't have houses there.
There's a reason why.
They said, bitch, we're out.
But
Bitch,
hey,
we're out.
Philly people they love their sports, they love their town. I mean, I get it. I can
You know what I
respect
don't
that.
you know what I don't get? When people win championships, why they blow up their city. It fucking kills me. I don't understand.
Yeah, no, me either. I don't get it. But he's
Anyways.
throwing, I guess.
Fucking Philly. Another big news. Speaking of the king of R&B, my man dropped his album.
Yeah. I'm like 4 or 5 songs in.
And I'm about 4 rounds of the album now.
I am not impressed right now.
Bruh. Usher.
But it's because we're judging him off of himself, which if you listen to his best stuff, it's like hard to listen to the new stuff now because it's like it's not it, man. It's not it.
I have been an Usher fan for over 20 years. Okay. I am an R&B head to my soul. Usher missed an opportunity here. Usher
2 days before the Super Bowl.
Right.
He had an opportunity to drop a banger album 2 days before the Super Bowl. Not have to do any promo for it. Nothing.
You so worried about Skims that you forgot that you are dropping an album before the Super Bowl.
He dropped a dud. Again.
So
I'm only 5. Oh, so I'm going to look right now. Hold on. So I'm on Stone Cold Free, which is solid. That one's solid.
Hold on. Let me give you this. If he would have dropped this album in the summer, I would have had a different outlook on it. I'd have been like, you know what? This is good riding music. Everyone's dropping these albums that are good riding music that you just turn on, you kind of vibe to. Okay, I understand the art of R&B as we speak today. Okay, it's a little different. R&B is in a weird place. Okay, he mentioned this on Club Shay Shay. How he wants to see a kingdom of R&B. Okay, well, this was your opportunity to show what a kingdom of R&B should look like.
The kingdom of R&B doesn't exist right now. I'll be honest.
No. Okay, and this is right. When you think of R&B, the first thing you think about is what? Yes, the obvious.
Anything recent.
I think of baby making music.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying, right? Right. Usher has so many baby making music songs.
That doesn't exist now.
There is literally a segment of the Super Bowl of people that get pregnant because of Super Bowl. Like Super Bowl babies is a thing.
And like kind of going back to Chris Brown, he's the closest thing to what that looks like right now. And even most of his stuff now is not that.
No. And I understand trying to get the whole new artists involved, and there's a big push for the Afro beats, right? Like on his album and Chris Brown's album, you notice like Burna Boy and a bunch of people like that, right? Like I get it. Okay, you want to pay homage to the ATL, you want to get people from the ATL, right? Bro, why didn't you make a sweated out album? That's what I wanted.
Know, man. Maybe the dad life has affected that part of his brain, man. I don't know.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you what I got out of this album. Is he married? Is Usher married? I don't think he's married.
I don't think he's married, but he's been with the same girl for a while, but I don't think they're married.
Well, let me tell you, based off this album, he's cheating on her. Based off this album, he is cheating on her. Every other song is talking about how I don't really want to fuck with you. My favorite song on this album is called On the Side, and it's literally about loving your side chick.
Yeah, I haven't got that far yet.
Listen, trust me,
But
once you get and like okay, like I said, don't get the album is not bad. It's not a bad album. The timing is bad. If this was an early
well,
summer
yeah.
album, you'd be like, you know what? All right, Ush, we see you.
Well, what you do when you know you're gonna drop your album 2 days before the Super Bowl is whatever 17, 18 tracks. About 12 of them gotta be bangers,
Yes,
minimum.
yes. Like, and
And we're just not there.
I get you got hits. Like, I get it. I get you have. So, hell, not one song from his new album might be played at the Super Bowl. I doubt it. I doubt it will be.
No, not right now.
But damn it, Usher, Mr. Yeah
And
Man,
that's all right. That's all right. Usher got a hell of a track record. You know,
you
he's
need
just
to have
gonna
a baby making album right now. Put R&B back
he's gonna
on.
rest on the laurels of old school Usher.
I can't have this. I cannot allow this shit to happen. I need Usher, listen. I hope gets to you. We need a baby making album. We need a Love You Gently type album, a Tell Me type of album, seduction kind of album. Okay,
People don't know, man. People don't know.
We
I
we
can't
need
even listen to I can't listen to a lot of those songs right now because of
yes.
the memories that come.
Like that's the album we needed. Okay, I don't care about Lotto on the album. I don't care about you. Could have done the album by yourself with no features, and it all just be ballads of just people.
I can't lie. I didn't hear one Lotto verse or song before this song.
Same. Touche. So we'll give him that. I will say though. Okay, I will say this. You can tell he paid homage to a lot of other R&B songs.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, for example, the On the Side, that was Telephone Man by Bobby Brown.
Yeah, see, I haven't got that far, but
yeah.
I mean, I can hear it even in some of the early tracks. I can hear it.
Right. Like, shit, what the hell, Usher? I'm just upset. I am upset. As your fan, okay, you're like a big brother to me, and I am upset. I was hoping to give my wife 18 tracks of sweating out tracks.
Nope.
What'd I get? I got some music you can skate to.
Hey, got some music to play at the roller rink.
Man. But yeah, I'm excited about the Super Bowl. I love the Super Bowl. I love the Super Bowl weekend. And then following that, we got the NBA All-Star weekend. Who you got in the Super Bowl? Yep. That's the answer everybody gets.
I haven't decided yet.
I
haven't decided yet. I mean, if I got to give a lean, I'm leaning 49ers.
Yes,
slightly, by the slightest of margins.
Yes.
Because Patrick Mahomes is obviously Patrick Mahomes. But I think it's just time for the 49ers. Obviously, they lost to the Chiefs 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And if not for a throw from Jimmy G, they probably would have won that game.
Yep.
Jimmy G. I just think it's time for the 49ers, man. As much as I don't want to go against Patrick Mahomes, and obviously I will not be surprised if the Chiefs win it. But I'm just going to lean toward the 49ers.
Bro, I'm a huge fan of Christian McCaffrey. Like, even back in school, like when he was a Heisman contender, no one knew him.
Correct.
He has had the most low-key...
I think people forget how good he was.
Yeah. Dog.
In college.
Like, hurdling folks. Like,
yes.
He is the person that you can put your team on his back. He don't say nothing. He goes to work, shows up, shoots out. And also, he's white. Like, as a
I
running back, that's
didn't.
unheard of.
The only question mark that I had about C-Mac coming out of college was if he was going to hold up because he's a little small
Yeah. Yeah.
and
He doing just
he's
fine.
done what he's had to do. And like you said, the thing about it is he's quiet. He keeps to himself. Doesn't really talk a whole lot. Um, yeah, man. I like C-Mac a
I
lot.
can't. I personally can't stand Kittle though. He kind of annoys the fuck out of me.
Kittle's a dog though.
He is. I give him that. He just kind of bugs the shit out of me. Like George Kittle, you bug the fuck out of me, bro. But shout out to your last outfit. My man Ty Trouble hooked his shit up. Did you see his outfit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
Yep.
shout out to when you know people that do cool shit. Ty has done
Yeah.
art for a long time, so shout out to you, Ty. Also, I can't stand Patrick Mahomes, right? Like I said last time, Patrick he pisses me off, man. And he
Hey,
walks
well,
zesty.
well, if he wins the Super Bowl, you better get used to his name because it's only gonna get worse.
Oh,
I
and don't get
mean,
me wrong, I'm not discrediting that man. That man is a phenomenal football player at the quarterback
yeah.
position. Phenomenal, right? Some of the throws and things he makes, like you would think only God could make those throws.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the ball placements hell, the ball he placed on the Ravens, that was a perfect ball
The
on the
one to Travis
run.
Kelce.
No. It was the one to dang it. It was literally their last
Oh, to
pass. What the fuck is that?
Marcus Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah. Um
Yeah.
the ball was on a dime and he was running.
Well, because you remember earlier in the season, MVS dropped that wide open
Yeah.
one,
Yes, he did.
and he was like, "I could have put more air." So he was like, "I'm gonna make sure that this
Man.
brother catches this ball."
And that
So I'm
shit,
gonna
hey,
loft it up there, nice and soft.
he made me feel like Dougie Fresh. He was like, now stop on a dime.
Nah, he said, "I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure that they don't get this ball back, and I'm gonna make sure that he catches it."
Man.
So,
But yeah, hey, yo, let's wrap this up, B. This is
wrap it up.
yeah. So if you had Super Bowl weekend, make sure you wrap it up.
Hey, hey, wrap it up, my
Because
brothers. Please
what
wrap it up.
happens in Vegas does not always.
Does not always stay in Vegas.
So
Okay,
with that,
please use protection, my brothers. Please.
this podcast is sponsored by Trojan. No, I'm just playing.
This this podcast is sponsored by Bearskin Condoms.
Bear
Hey,
skin. What is that bump?
hey, whatever you got to do to make sure that you make it home with just you and nobody else. Whatever you got to do.
Yo, that is another episode of the Quick Combo. Make sure you go to the combo page and like, subscribe, and do all that cool shit. Hopefully me and my man Samaj can keep this going for a minute, y'all. One time for the one time.
Peace out, my people.
This podcast is sponsored by Movement, your passport to a healthier, stronger you. Unleash your potential, sculpt your body,